Hello, and merry holidays. As you can see, I'm dressed for the occasion. Um, so, how have your holidays been? Mine have been alright. I've been sitting back, hanging out with my parents. I played a game of chess for the first time in a while, in like a few years. So that was interesting. So, what's happening? There's not. I'm just here to talk about shit that's going down. Terraria stuff is going pretty good, I think. I have 6 videos out, and as usual with me, there's things that I anticipate incorrectly. I assumed it would have been, I actually assumed that I would have been done building in December of last year. So it's December of this year, and I'm still not done building. But I have actually begun releasing things, so that's good. And it's going pretty well. There's some people on the Terraria forums have found it and have given it a few likes, so that's cute. I think it's gonna once the whole sort of picture comes in, it'll garner more attention. So that's what's happening on that front. There's still just a few sort of big things left to build and of polishing the things that already exist. In terms of how many more Terraria videos there's going to be, I don't know. I think there's going to be like probably around 10. I originally thought there would have been like 1. Then as it became bigger and bigger, I realized, okay, no, we're going to have to do this into sections. And I first thought, though, there'd be 10 sections. No, there's going to be like 15, 16 sections. And that's just because it doesn't really matter to me how long the sections are. What matters to me is that the sections are sort of self-contained. That I don't jump between areas that are radically different. Like, I'm not going to do the mushroom biome and the Japanese town at the same time, even though they're not that big. Even put together, it might be shorter than one of my other videos, but still. So that's what's going to happen there. Let's see. I promised that I'd start reviewing Red vs. Blue. That's still coming. I'm still going to do that. I have to rewatch the show. Also, Ruby's about halfway through Volume 4, and that's going very interestingly. So there's definitely going to be stuff to talk about there. And if some of my predictions pan out by the end of the volume, I'm definitely going to immediately make some sort of reaction thing and response. So yeah, there's that. There's also another video I want to make that I don't even want to talk about it yet, but it's not something, it's the type of thing that I just haven't usually done. I'm just going to say it right now. I don't have any strict formula here. There's nothing, I went from talking about philosophy to doing Terraria, and there's no rules. There's no rules anymore. It'll just be whatever. And see all kinds of stuff, because I have a lot of different interests. There's a lot of different interests and a lot of different things I could potentially see myself making videos on. So, you keep that in mind. One thing I wanted to say, yeah, philosophy stuff. So philosophy, my last philosophy video was like 3 weeks ago, and I don't know, there's not much I want to say on that front. I've had plenty of ideas. When I make a philosophy video, what usually happens is I have an idea rattling around my mind for a while, and I'm like, alright, I have to talk about this. And then I talk about it, and then I feel like I've accomplished something. I feel like, I feel like I've, it's like completionism, It's like my own philosophy of completionism. Once I got the idea out, I feel like I've completed that part of the journey. So it's just, I've checked it off, and I don't have to talk about it again. However, recently, I've been so concentrated on Terraria. A lot of the philosophy-related ideas I've had, I've just sort of because there were criticisms and stuff of ideas that I've been thinking about recently. But I realized the criticisms were very obvious. They're very they weren't. They just weren't. It wasn't interesting and profound enough that I felt like I needed to make a video for the criticism of these particular ideas. They didn't deserve. It's like the ideas were obviously wrong. I didn't have to go out and make a video to make sure that they're wrong. People could see that they're wrong, no matter, regardless. So, well, maybe they couldn't see why they're wrong regardless, but whatever. No, the point is, I saw the idea, and I'm like, I don't agree with this. Usually I'd make a video about why I didn't agree, but then I was like, you know what, it's clear enough. This doesn't really merit a video, but I will bring it up if it ever comes up. The other thing is this whole like idea of complexity. I think it's sort of tied with my own completionist attitude towards things. I'm a completionist. I like to complete things. You know, complexity is sort of part of that. It's sort of very tied in. So how that's going to go from here on in, you know, how we build, how I'm going to build this idea of complexity, because I think, you know, completionism is sort of more, it's sort of more clear what that is. There's less ambiguity. Complexity, this idea of complexity is sort of, it's sort of more ambiguous, but there's a difference, because completionism is more of like a practical side. It's like what people are doing. Complexity is more of a third person type of thing, describes the system. So that's just thoughts. Complexity, completionism, CC. Anywho, merry friggin' holidays, and, you know, happy Kwanzaa or whatever. Enjoy yourselves. It's supposed to be a happy time, so if you can enjoy yourself, that's good. And if you can't, then you should figure out a way in which you can. That's my advice. Cheers.